This is I Know What You Watched Last Week, the summertime celebration special. Slice of summer. Time to celebrate.
Well, for two of them.
We're celebrating. No, I can think of a reason to celebrate for all three.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in order of watching them, we started the week with Castle Freak.
Original Castle Freak.
This is the original, okay.
1995. Stuart Gordon.
Then we saw Bloody Poms.
AKA Cheerleader Camp.
And finally, we saw something with beach in the title.
Nightmare Beach.
Nightmare
It's
Beach.
a nightmare on the beach. What are your rankings?
This week was actually really obvious to me.
No, I struggled.
Did you?
Big time. I was like, how am I putting this bottom? What's gone wrong here?
No, well, I clearly gave my third place to Nightmare Beach. My second place goes to Bloody Pom-Poms. And my first place, by quite a way, goes to Castle Freak.
Feel-good summertime movie of the week. Third place, Bloody Pom-Poms. Second place, Nightmare Beach. And top of the pile, Castle Freak.
Obviously.
So we'll go in my order, starting with Bloody Pom-Poms from 1988. Cheerleaders and blood, sign me up.
Yeah. I thought this one was a lot more engaging than Nightmare Beach. This one had stuff going for it. This sounded a lot dumber than it actually ended up being.
Isn't dumb?
But it sounds ridiculous. Bloody pom-poms. But yeah, I enjoyed this one, actually.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I was like, how am I putting this bottom place? But there are reasons. Starting off, in this film, we've got our main character, Angie. She's walking around a darkened locker room. First thought that comes to my head is she going to get her breasts out? Because she's a cheerleader. She's in a locker room alone at night. But the thing is, she's in a hurry. So I'm thinking being in a rush doesn't really lend itself to taking your clothes off. But if she gets to a final locker, after in the background she hears all these noises like, da da da, I'm coming for you. Stuff like that. She gets out of her clothes, but we don't really see it. But she changes into cheerleader outfit and she runs out onto the field. And only her mum and dad are in the bleachers while she's doing her routine. And they're saying weird stuff to her. And all of a sudden someone comes out with some pom-poms and Freddy's her. She gets invisible scratches. Now it's modern day.
Very bizarre.
Modern day. We mentioned Angie.
Well, I just assumed that was a dream, obviously.
Yeah, like dream, prologue vision.
So very Freddy.
Exactly, yeah. 5 cheerleaders we got. Just mentioned Alison. Also got Bonnie. Also got Pam. Teresa. And the one who plays the mascot, Corey. Then we got 2 dudes. Timmy.
They're also cheerleaders though, Johnny.
Timmy and Leif Garrett. Leif Garrett. You don't know who Leif Garrett is, do you?
No.
He's a one-time teenage pop sensation. He's been through it all.
So
drugs, alcohol, fame, money, no money, bloody pom-poms.
So with a name like that, in England and America, you'd say Leif.
Leif, yeah.
Because it's obviously a Scandinavian name and it would be Leif.
Leif.
Yeah, Leif.
Well, maybe it is Leif. I'll call him Leif. Leafy Garrett. So there, we've got all those people, and guess where they're going? They're driving to the cheer competition. Timmy, he's the rotund one. He's always got his video camera out, and of course he's filming the girls. They're not really doing much, apart from like moaning.
Yeah, but he's giving definite perv vibes.
But they're on their way to the cheerleader competition, and it's so exciting that you just got a moon. You just got a moon out the window. Timmy gets his arse cheeks out. He's arrived. He's like, here I am. Look
and
at
as
my
you mentioned,
arse cheeks.
Being somewhat rotund, he then comically gets stuck in the open window.
See, how am I putting this bottom?
And cannot retrieve his arse crack.
A guy gets his arse stuck in a van window on arrival at the cheer camp.
And slapped out.
You just ain't getting that these days.
By the woman who runs the camp.
Yeah, Miss Tipton.
Gives him a little slap on the bum and it comes out.
Miss Tipton's a freak.
I wouldn't be laying hands on
She's
that
a
bum,
total
that's all I'm
freak.
saying.
And they all meet Miss Tipton. She's rather surly, isn't she? You're sarcastic to everybody. And she's like, you can't win me over with flattery, dear. Stuff like that. And Leif, he's wandered off. He's gone to the other side of the camp. And he starts talking to some blonde. So all the girls in our cheerleader camp, all 5 of them, they're obviously like looking over there. And they fix their gaze on a blonde. You know, they're sizing up the competition. And one of them says, "That's clearly the one to beat." And Pam says, "No, that's the one you want to beat up if you want to keep your man." Because Leif Garrett is talking to the blonde, and now the battle lines have been drawn, haven't they?
Yeah, because he's going out with the head cheerleader girl.
Pam. Yeah. As I just said, the battle lines have been drawn. Now it's time to go to war. We've also got a character, Sheriff,
Yeah.
and a guy called Pop. He's the fish hat man.
Yes.
Right. So the girls, they're all resting, sunbathing in their bikinis on some rocks by the water. On one side, you've got our girls, the 5 cheerleaders. On the other side, you've got the blonde girl and her crew. Meanwhile, this seems to be the place to peep. Because the sheriff, he's got his binoculars out. He's hiding behind some grass. And we've also got Timmy dressed as Mrs. Doubtfire with his trusty camcorder. So they're catching everything that's going on.
Very bizarre.
It's a good thing to do if you're a sheriff, because then you've got evidence of whatever's happening. So, Pam.
Perving evidence.
Pam is like the hottest cheerleader. She's there, and she notices the blonde girl. The blonde girl's laying on her front, but she's got her bikini top off.
Got a baps out.
All of a sudden, she rolls over.
Bam!
Pam! She's aiming them at Pam across the water. Pam's like,
Yeah, it's a boob off. How did you put this in third place?
this is, I imagine, like some energy is coming out of Pam's boobs.
Force field of
A
breast.
force field towards blonde girl. And blonde girl, she's defeated, isn't she? She's like, I'm going to roll back on my front now. And Pam's like,
Fine then. Yeah.
she's won. She hasn't won the war yet, but the first
my
battle
gosh.
has indeed been won. Timmy, he makes a noise while he's filming all this. So the girls go and like grab him out of the shrubbery, and they strip him out of his Mrs. Doubtfire clothes. Meanwhile, Sheriff, he's still having a look, but then Pop, Fish Hat Man, comes out
Yeah.
of nowhere. He'll have a look as well. He hasn't got any binoculars though. Then he just vanishes.
Yeah, he's like literally vanishes.
Yeah, Sheriff Poucher.
Is he just a vision? Maybe.
Back at the cheerleader camp after this epic boob off. 11 minutes 55 seconds is when you want to see this. Seems like, and I think it's the blonde who's just been defeating the boob off, has committed suicide. She's found in the cabin. Our girls all sit around and discuss, was this really a suicide? While our lads, Leif Garrett and Timmy, they're popping in the illicit video and watching their footage for the day, aren't they? Of the boob off.
Uh-huh. And these are the two chicks that Leif is, shining on. But also, when the blonde one is offed, I'm pretty sure we see a version of it from Pam's, dream.
Mm-hmm.
So she's dreamt that it's happened as well. So
What happened in her dream for it to happen?
Freddy slashes, I think.
Right, Invisible Freddy. Okay, the bloody pom-poms are at it again. Not too far in the movie, and I can already guess what you're going to ask me. Blonde or brunette? Blonde or Pam? I'm going Pam. Pam wins out the day for me.
I actually wasn't going to ask you that.
Super
But
hot
I
Pam.
knew you'd have an answer, of course, yeah. She's probably too hot for Leif, anyway. I mean...
This is Leif Garrett.
Yeah, but...
Pop sensation.
These chicks are way out of his league. Although, to be fair, being the only male cheerleader around might give you a leg up.
No.
Unless-
We've had a boob off.
Yeah.
We've had peeping. We've had illicit footage. What do I want to see now? A rapping scene.
Oh,
I want to see the rapping
God.
scene, Timmy and Leif Garrett, because all the cheerlead squads, they're practicing. So we've got the girls up front dancing, and Leif and Timmy bust the rhyme.
This is so painful.
It's like Jurassic 5.
I was wondering how our rotunda friend was a cheerleader, and then I understood as soon as the two guys basically do nothing more than a shoop-de-shoop and rap.
They don't shoot to shoot, shoot later.
But either
Because
way, that's
they're
as
backup
physical as they
dancers.
get.
There's a bit of this going on, isn't there? Like,
Oh, it's disgustingly
B-Boy
bad.
101. I thought it was cool.
Of course you did.
Once again, I'm like, how could I?
'Cause you're an idiot.
How could I have put this bottom with Leif Garrett doing a rap duo with Timmy?
There's been a boob off, now there's been a rap duo, and you still put it third.
When they're rapping, and I said the girls are dancing, Pop's also in the vicinity. He's perving. Of course, you can't blame him. I mean, look at these hot women. Did you see their bodies?
Yes, I did.
Pop is there for it, but unfortunately for him, when you perv, it's also important to keep concentrated and being aware of your surroundings. He's holding a hose, and when he's not concentrating, the hose goes off. He's like, because he's been perving. So now he gets hit in the face with a hose. He hasn't been
Just
concentrating.
a casual bit of slapstick in this horror movie.
Yeah. We move on from there, rapping scene, perving scene, to the mascots of each team. Our mascot is a crocodile, Corey, trying to eat their lunch with their helmets on, their hoods on, whatever they're called.
Oh, it's
Their
so
heads.
pathetic. Again, this lady who runs the course is being very strict and saying, well, you know, you've got to be able to eat with the masks on, or what kind of mascots are you? We've also forgot to mention that when the girls are being divided into their cabins, Pam and Corey end up sharing, but Corey is very much like, oh, I know I'm just a mascot. Is it okay? Like, can you bear to have me in the cabin with you? Yeah,
Sad life of a mascot.
exactly.
She just wants to dance and have people see her. It's like when people play horror characters, you know, like Jason. They're always complaining that no one can see my face. I'm just a man in a mask. She's got the same problem here. She's a wannabe cheerleader in a crocodile outfit, trying to eat a hot dog through her crocodile nose.
It's not working.
She tries to put the hot dog through his giant nostril. And then Miss Tipton, she comes over because Corey takes her head off. She's like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Miss Tipton, like, what kind of mascot are you? Now we move on with Miss Tipton's story. She's the leader of the cheer camp. She's back at some cabin. Sheriff is there. Sheriff Poucher. She's complaining that because of these murders, she might lose her job. Sheriff is like, don't worry. Poucher's here. She's like, ooh, I'd do anything to keep my job. Now, these are middle-aged people. He's got like 55 years old, the pair of them, right? And she runs in
Doesn't
and
mean they can't have fun, Johnny.
changes into her cheer squad outfit with pom-poms, while he gets into his underwear, which are like white boxes with red hearts on them. And he's got a football, and he's doing commentating. He's pretending that he's playing American football, commentating to himself. Here comes Sheriff Poucher.
And
The
she's
throw
cheering
is
him
long,
on.
it's good. And then he does a running jump into her vagina. And wouldn't you know it, outside, Timmy's catching all this on his camera.
Oh, Timmy.
He's there filming, but this time
What a
he's
perv.
got a contraption he's put on the front of it, which
It's like a
goes
submarine
up.
thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? One of those peeping.
Exactly. It's 'cause he's on the ground, so he doesn't have to be by the window, and just his contraption can peep through the window. And no sooner has the sheriff jumped into Miss Tipton's vagina that it's already time for orgasm after like 5 seconds. And what do you say to crown the orgasm? Touchdown! Touchdown! Again, how is this in third place?
Well, it wasn't for me, so you need to explain yourself.
We've got scene after scene after scene. Director's like, what can I put in now? We've just had the touchdown orgasm scene. Running jump into a vagina, more perving. Now, Leaf, I'm going to put the camera here. If you could just stand in some tighty whities and just play with your nuts for 10 seconds, that'd be great.
It's what the people want to see.
And that's what we got. It disgusted me. Not so much the playing with the nuts. It was his underwear that disgusted me. Just this almost see-through white cotton pants just grossed me out.
Well, we've had the boob off, so now we've got to have something for the ladies.
You know, I need you on camera
And the
rearranging your nuts. Can you fiddle about with them? And I'll tell you when to stop. It goes on for far too long. Like, how long does it take to sort your nuts out? I know it can be more than once a day, but normally it's just like a quick readjustment, not.
I mean, you're not too bad with it, but I have seen men fondling their nuts for a very long time in the middle of a football game when the cameras are on them, so I don't know.
Now that Leif has sorted out his grapes, it's time for practice. So he's on the cheer field. He's holding Pamela aloft, and he's like, "Don't worry, I'm not doing what you think I'm doing." And she's like, "Well, I am worried. Why aren't you looking?" So then he has a look up her skirt, doesn't he? I would have pretended to have a fall if it was Pam on top of me and just like, oh. That's probably why this is in third place. And
You
didn't
disgust
didn't
me.
give me what they wanted. But yeah, Leaf's having a peep, and she wants him to have a peep. She's actually offended that he's not just looking up
they're in
her...
a relationship, and she's trying to
Kind of.
keep him.
They're not in a relationship. It's him and Alison are in a relationship, the lead cheerleader who's having all the visions.
Oh, well, I thought you said that her name was Pam, so I've been saying Pam the whole time.
No,
I meant her.
Alison. Pam is the one who had the boob off.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oops.
Yeah. Anyway, we're at cheer practice. Now it's time, to go over the game tape. So it's time for a cheer meeting. Everyone's gathered in the local hut. Miss Tipton is up front with the television. Pop's there. He's in charge of the VHS, what goes into it. Unbeknownst to him, one of the guys, I think it's Timmy, he comes with his illicit tape and pops it in the VHS. So when Miss Tipton's making a speech about how cheer is important and stuff like this and give your best, she's like, and now time for a video. She thinks it's going to be like a cheer video. What it actually is her being rutted by Sheriff Poucher. It's the touchdown scene and everyone goes wild for it. Then Miss Tipton starts complaining to Pop. He's like, you're supposed to be in charge of the VHS. He's like, oh. Then he notices what's on and he's like, oh, go.
Yeah.
Can't blame Pop,
He
can
likes
ya?
it.
Of course he likes it. He's of the same age. So he's like, if, Sheriff's getting some,
What
I
a
can get
role model.
some. Or maybe I'll have a go at Tipton after this. After those shenanigans, Leif Garrett's outside with Alison. He wants sex. She doesn't. She then says, can't you understand that I'm, like, tired and sick? And he's like, no. He doesn't understand, does he? He can't be made to understand.
Yeah, well, I mean, he hasn't really been...
She's been sick. I don't get it. Let's just bone. I'm not fiddling around with my grapes for nothing.
He hasn't been the best example of what a good boyfriend should be, has he? So I'm not surprised by
and
that.
I think that's getting to Alison, because then it goes to another Alison vision, and Leif, with an audience, is shagging Pam. Miss Tipton's there. Sheriff Poucher is there. Pop is there. One of the cheerleaders is there. And they're all saying, harder, harder, do it, harder, harder, do it.
Not weird at all.
Alison is walking towards this scene of her man, Leif Garrett, rutting away at Pam. And then she gets out the bloody pom-poms and she kills him, but it's just a vision. It is just a vision. At this point, I was thinking, right, she's having all these weird visions. She's the killer.
Yeah, and I think that's what she believes at a certain point as well.
That has probably put her in a bad mood, that dream, even though it's just make-believe. But now it's real life. They're back at the rocks. And Leif is giving Pam a rub. So Alison in the water goes up and splashes them. She's like... doesn't even say anything. She's just giving him the look.
Yeah, but the worst
thing
is
the look and the splash.
that Leif is just like, what?
Yeah.
What?
It's just a massage on Pam, whose panties I've been looking up during cheer practice. So they go off, Leif and Pam, then that's smart. They're like, oh, you're out of order. We're going to go off where you can't see us. Leif comes onto Pam. Pam's like, actually, no, I don't want to do it this way. But it's already too late for Pam. She ends up getting like a knife in the back of her head, and the knife comes out of her mouth.
Well, yeah, because
for some reason they splitting up because they've heard a noise.
No, it's
Is that not what it
Leif
was?
being an absolute arsehole.
Oh, because he got turned down again.
Because she's like, no, not here. And he's like, well, I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this. And he just walks off and leaves her on her own.
Man's got standards.
No, he's an arsehole.
He's got expectations. He was a teen pop idol. Even though Pam's gone in real life now, Alison can't stop thinking about her. So now she had a vision of Leif like just getting off with her. Mm-hmm. So she gets out the pom-poms again and bloody pom-poms are... Was it always in slow motion? The bloody pom-poms go in slow motion.
And they're sharp.
Yeah. Now it's time for a mascot dance-off.
Oh, this bit was... this bit
I
was
thought it was
something
cool.
else. Do you think it was the actress who plays Corey who was doing all that?
Well, if I was her as an actress, I would insist on doing it.
Do you think she'd be able to learn those kind of moves?
It reminded me of the Australian entry into the breakdance in the it was at the Olympics a couple of years ago.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean,
so it's Olympic
It
standard.
was pretty good, but seeing
It's
a
Olympic
crocodile
standard.
doing that stuff was very strange. And we finish her routine, and then what we see is the chicken take to the floor and just start doing chicken dance.
Yeah, if you're a chicken, you want to fully embody the chicken. I'm not sure that a croc dances quite like Corey was making it, but I know that a chicken
I've never
dances
seen
like
a
that.
crocodile break dance.
Even though Corey has crushed it as a dancing crocodile, she's spited out of the trophy by Miss Tipton, who gives it to, I don't know, whoever.
The chicken.
Oh, the chicken gets it, yeah, because she's at an advantage. A panther doesn't have a dance. It's a panther, isn't it? A mouse doesn't have a dance. A crocodile doesn't have a dance. A chicken,
Has the chicken dance.
Exactly. We've already had Leif and Timmy rapping. Now, all the cheer squads are practicing outside, and they're doing their backup dancer routine, which is what you said was the...
Shoop-de-shoop.
Yeah, just constantly that.
I think it was more like that one, but yeah.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So we can see why they've been picked to be the backup dancers. We've had this now, so now it's time for the Queen competition. Alison's one of the contestants. She doesn't win. Bonnie wins. Bonnie, one of the cheerleaders, the blonde cheerleader.
Yeah,
so then
from her squad.
Leaf takes Alison outside and he's like, you never win anything.
What a dick.
Because there's quite a few girls missing now, it's time to go looking for them. So Leaf, he's looking for the missing girls in the woods, and the girls are with him, but the girls, they can't walk through, they keep falling down. Oop, I've just tripped on this log. The men don't fall down because they've got their bearings about them. The girls, though, they're just uncoordinated.
Yeah, because in
they can't walk through the woods.
Squad, the men are the athletes.
Bonnie and Timmy haven't gone on the walk, though, because they're dancing, having the time of their lives. Like, it's the cheer party.
Well, she's the queen.
Right? One of the girls finds dead Pam in the woods. So Leaf, Alison, and the mascot Corey, they run into Pop. And they start kind of suspecting that it might be Pop, Fish Hat Man. And Timmy, he's now scoring at the disco. He fireman's lifts the girl out the room, didn't he? Because he's gonna lay it down. He's gonna take it to Pound Town.
Lucky girl.
Pound Town. It was the disco, now it's Pound Town. I hope he's got to Pound Town quickly, because Leaf runs in to the party and is like, look, we've just found dead Pam. And now there's Bedlam at the cheer camp. Everyone's running around everywhere and stuff and going back into the woods. So Leaf and the girls go back into the woods, and guess what? The girls haven't learned their lesson. They're still falling over.
So annoying.
They're falling over.
So stupid.
Timmy wanders off from the gang, and he decides, he's always got his video camera with him, he decides to film himself having a whiz.
Yeah.
He's taking a leak in the woods.
As you do, I guess. I mean, there had to be a reason for him to have the camera so they can get the shot.
Yeah. Because he's wandered off from the rest of the gang and they all still suspect Pop, they end up coming across Timmy's video because they're back in the room and they put the VHS in and they watch Timmy taking a whiz and then someone guts him. That'll teach her for pissing outside, wouldn't it? They suspected Pop. They think that Pop is coming into the room where they're hiding out after watching the illicit, Timmy having a whiz video. That'll show him, wouldn't it? Because he's been filming illicit stuff and now he's on video forever taking a leak and dying. They think that Pop is coming, so they've set up a bear trap. Is hanging from the ceiling or something, so that when Pop opens the door, the bear trap will bear trap his face. But it's the sheriff. They just bear trap the sheriff.
Not the best plan. Just whoever happens to walk through the door next is going to be offed. Great idea.
Yeah. Outside though, they're back in the woods. Pop has shown up. Everybody split up. He's pointing a gun at Leif Garrett, and mascot Corey comes out of nowhere, saves Leif and shoots dead Pop, who's had a gun pointed at him. So now, to celebrate, Leif and Alison are sitting in front of a roaring fire, drinking wine. Leif's probably thinking in his head, I know you've been sick, I don't get it, but I know you've been sick. Now, we're at this point in the movie where it's victory for us because we've killed the guy, let's just get it on. But Alison's still resistant. She's still resistant. What has a man got to do?
I mean, there's an open fire, there's wine.
Exactly.
There's the fact that you didn't die.
There's a Pop sensation staring at you, offering it. Corey comes back though. She walks in the room. Leif walks out in a huff, and Corey starts getting into Alison's head about it's Leif that has been killing everyone. So she makes her crazy, takes her outside. They're about to run through the woods again, but before they can do that and probably fall over again, they come across Leif at a phone box. A dead cheerleader is in it. Corey starts really getting into Alison's head, and Alison, just without thinking, blows away Leif. So they call the cops. The cops come. They're arresting Alison.
Yeah. Did Leif have it coming?
No. What's he done? What has he done?
Well, just being a twat. And no, I'm not saying that he should have died, but, it's worth thinking about your actions.
You're sick. Corey's looking on at all this, it's her mastermind plan which is coming to fruition. And they're getting away with it, and Alison's being blamed, but then she starts talking very cryptically to the cops, doesn't she? I'll be like, I wouldn't be acting like this. Oh, are you going to take her away? Where are you going to put her? A mental ward or in jail? She's very happy about it. She's conniving. She's showing that she is the evil one. I mean, how dumb are these cops? It's dumb of her as well.
And also just... There's no show that there's going to be questions or anything. They're just like, oh yeah, it must be this one.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's gone doolally now, isn't she?
Yeah, she's being carted off by the cops, and we get a nice little pan out, and just slightly in the background, now in a cheerleader uniform, we get Corey doing her cheer of victory.
She's made it.
Mm-hmm. So she's offed everyone. She's pinned it on the head cheerleader, and now she's going to take her place.
It's a happy ending. A good slice of summer fun. The reason it came bottom for me, right, is because after all the boob off and all that, it just kind of, all the boob off just ends at like 28 minutes. There's no more skin. And the movie wasn't good enough without skin to keep me engaged. I was fully engaged when it was like tit competition and stuff like that.
No, I thought this was engaging and fun. I mean, it didn't have tits, but for example, just the crocodile twirling around on her back in a breakdance. How is that not engaging?
I'm not saying I didn't like it. I liked it a lot. As I said, I can't believe I put it bottom. But here it is at
Neither
bottom.
can I.
And it's been beaten to number 2 spot for me by Nightmare Beach. Another slice of hot summer fun. This time at spring break in Miami. Spring break, you know it's going to be good.
I mean, I didn't hate this movie. It was fine. But there was zero tension. There was no build-up of any kind of emotion throughout the film, and the acting was abysmal.
Oh, unlike bloody Poms.
This was clearly worse.
Do you know what else is shocking that bloody Poms being bottom? Teresa, she was Playboy Playmate of the Year, of the month, June 1986, and Pam was a porn star. Still third place though. In this one, it's from 1989, open on a biker. He's being put to death in the electric chair. His name is Diablo. And as Diablo was about to be put to death, on the other side of the screen, we got Gail. It's Gail's sister who he supposedly killed. And he's like, I didn't kill your sister, you bitch! And I was thinking to myself, if you're trying to get off at the last second, probably not good to use coarse language and insult the victim's sister, is it?
No, well, I didn't get the feeling because there's no way anything he says can get him off. But I think he was just doing it to be like, well, you know, I'm going to my death with you guys having a bad conscience because you know that you framed me.
Oh.
That's what I was getting.
So Diablo's put to death, and we get some kind of like inappropriate music because it's pretty dark. But then we get some like nice jaunty pop metal to take us into Miami spring break, baby. It's a hot slice of summer. And guess what? Ronnie Rivera and Skip, they're checking in. Ronnie Rivera, what a character this guy is. There's all kinds of shenanigans going on in his hotel where everyone's, checking into. One person, his thing is that he psychs people out. Oh. So he's already floating in the pool with a wound on his head, pretending to be dead. And a girl walks up to him. He's alive. She's like, you asshole. Spring break.
Psych!
Psych! Not even for the only time in this film. That's his thing.
And it was such an obvious psych as well. Like, they didn't try and change the music or anything to make it seem like, wait, is this guy actually dead? It was just this... clearly psyched.
Yeah. Skip, I've mentioned, he's checking in with Ronnie Rivera.
Skip.
He's a bit of a drag, isn't he? Because
My God, he's such a downer.
Ronnie Rivera and Skip are now in their hotel room. Ronnie Rivera's like, yeah, I plan to get brain damage. That just means like getting lit up. And look what I bought. He just chucks like endless amounts of condoms Skip's way, and Skip's like, I don't need any of that. He doesn't want to do any of it.
No.
This is spring break, baby.
And when they, manage to get to a bar, Ronnie is like, oh, come on, let's get a couple of shots and some beer chasers. And Skip's just like, no.
Yeah, why are you even there, Skip?
Exactly.
Go home.
I'm like, you're just ruining everybody's time.
Because there's no reason for him to be here. It's not like he has a backstory.
Yeah, no, he does. The reason he's so bloody miserable throughout this whole film is because he missed the touchdown.
Yeah, I wasn't really referring to that as the backstory.
But that is
I guess that
he's
is
such a downer.
his backstory. Yeah, he ruined a big game
it, bro.
for his school. Life is ended now.
So annoying.
It's over. Who's here? John Saxon, the one and only. He's a cop because he's the greatest everyman cop Hollywood has ever known. John Saxon's here, right? So there's also a reverend who has a filthy daughter.
Yeah.
He just wants to get laid all the time. We've also got Dr. Willett, and we got a mayor as well. They're kind of like the 4 adults in the community. We've had this opening. Also now Gail, the girl from the beginning whose sister's been killed by Diablo, yeah. She is the barmaid at the local hotspot bar.
Indeed.
Yeah. Now we see a girl get picked up on the side of the road at night.
Yeah, she's hitchhiking. And I felt really bad because there was
to spring break.
There were 3 girls, and 2 of them got picked up by some car and just left the other one there. I was like, that's really cruel.
Is there no room?
Irresponsible. I don't know. So I just take the lone woman.
Yeah, but responsibility
Honestly.
isn't a part of spring break, is it?
It should be.
So she gets on the stranger's bike. It's a bit of a modified bike, this one.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
It was cool. I mean, if I was ever going to ride behind someone on a bike, it would be this one.
Mm-hmm.
I felt safe. I shouldn't feel safe on that bike, though, because once she pushes down the two side things, which keep her in, and she's holding on, he starts speeding up, going faster and faster, and she realises he's not letting me off, even though I'm asking him. And before you know it, he presses the button, and the handles that she's gripping onto electrocute her.
Yeah.
She's gone.
It's a killer electric bike.
And that's why you don't hitchhike.
That's cool. At the hotel, we'll let in a little bit about the life of the hotel manager. He's got a peephole. So he's a bit like
Another peeping pervert.
Norman Bates. You were allowed to peep in the 80s. Peeping
No,
wasn't
I
frowned
don't
upon.
think so.
Yeah, you're absolutely allowed to do it. And these movies prove it. Ronnie Rivera and Skip, they're heading back to the local bar, Gail's bar. When they get there, though, they have a beef with a biker gang. Diablo's gang. Diablo was the leader of the gang. Now a new guy called Dawg is in charge of the gang. And Dawg doesn't take too kindly to Skip and Ronnie Rivera. But before it can get too far, Johnny Saxon shows up and breaks that shit down.
This was another reason I didn't like Skip, though. I was like, he's such an idiot. First of all, he's a downer, which is just annoying.
He did lose the big game.
And second of all,
Backstory.
he gets into the beef with this gang because they don't want him parking there. And he's got to be some, like, big macho man and be like, oh, well, I'm going to park you. I'm like,
Well, he's the quarterback.
just move your freaking car.
That would be part of his...
He
Or is
didn't
he
really
the
look
running
like a
back?
big
Did you say he
football
he
guy.
missed the catch?
He did
Right, so he's not the
something
quarterback
wrong,
then.
basically.
Okay. Did something wrong in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ruined it for everybody. When John Saxon breaks all this up, Dawg does threaten John Saxon as he's riding away, though. You know, we're gonna suss stuff out and we're gonna get revenge for Diablo.
Yeah, because they know he was framed.
Yeah, or was he? We don't know yet. So Ronnie Rivera and Skip, they head into the bar. Gail's behind the bar. Ronnie Rivera orders, the beers and the chasers. Then shines a little bit of his magic onto Gail. She is not interested. But know what? You can't get Ronnie Rivera down. He spots some buffalo girls. That's girls in a herd. He walks over to them. He breaks one off from the herd. That's what you've got to do. Ronnie Rivera knows his stuff. Buffalo girl, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight. Buffalo girls.
Ronnie was my favourite character.
Yes! Easily the best character of the week.
And thank God he was so upbeat, because if he had been anything like Skip, I would have just had to turn this movie off.
You can see how much of a funk now that Skip really is in, because while Ronnie Rivera is going working the Buffalo Girls, he's still at the bar, and the Reverend Thott's daughter walks over to him and is pretty much like, take me home and do me. And he's like, no, I ruined the big game. So then she walks up in a huff, but luckily for Skip, possibly, if he can get his act together, Gail's noticed this, and she's like, a young man on spring break turning down free pussy? I like this. She smiles, she grins.
And she likes that he walks away without drinking the alcohol, which he's walking away to just go mope in his room.
Yeah, she likes a miserable git, someone who doesn't drink and doesn't like to have sex.
Doesn't like fun.
Doesn't like his friend very much.
He's basically an emo without the styling.
He's an American football playing emo.
Yeah.
In 1989.
And she likes it.
She does like it, yeah. Lucky for him, because Gail is pretty smoking. Who's hotter, Pam or Gail?
Pam.
Pam. Yeah, it's a toss-up for me, but I'll probably go with Pam as well.
Gail didn't really do it for me.
Well, you'd make a rubbish lesbian then. Do you want to explain now, outside, do you have a quarter? Girl. The girl that wants to train to be a doctor, or so she says.
So this is the girl that the dirty manager of the hotel was peeping on. He gave her that room specifically. Now, it turns out her being offended as to why she would want mirrors in her room, which he mentioned, is completely unjustified, because she's dressed herself up very well-to-do, but with enough cleavage, to get all the guys looking at her. And she walks up to this older man and she says, yeah, can I have a quarter for a phone call? She drops a story on him that, she wishes she could be a doctor, but she can't afford the tuition, so now she's got to work instead. And he says, well, honey, I think we can do something about that.
Yeah, he's an older businessman with a nice car, he's in a suit, he's eaten too much throughout his life and stuff like that.
So she proceeds to hop into his car, takes him back to the motel, into her room, and then we see the shot of him leaving the room whilst she's in just like a nightie or something.
He's like, that was great, honey.
I mean, we know what's happened. And then he just hands her a fat wad of cash.
I think there was a little something extra.
Oh, well,
that was on top.
He said that would cover her whole semester, which in America is a lot of money.
This is 89, though.
She is a scamming prostitute. She's not just getting the regular prostitute fee, she's getting extra because of her scammy ways. Because she does this multiple times, you know, one day it's a nurse, one day it's a lawyer, and yeah.
You know, this is a capitalist world, capitalist country. She's just taking advantage of that.
I was about to say I'm not judging her, but I am a bit. Not for the prostitution, for the scamming.
As we all should know, next morning, Skip wakes up first, looks over to Ronnie Rivera's bed, and of course Ronnie Rivera's fast asleep with a blonde on his chest. He was always going to score as that Buffalo girl that he's taken away from the herd.
He was cute, too.
He's done well there. What do we do now? Hijinks at the beach. And the first bit of hijinks is another psych. This time it's a fin psych. Shark fin. Going through the water. One of the cops starts shooting at the water. He's like, whoa, dude, it's just a joke. I'm not a shark, bro.
Why would you as a cop, though, be there and just start shooting at a shark?
Well, he's probably seen Jaws, hasn't he? Just end it now.
Stupid.
Before we have to get Roy Scheider in.
I wasn't sure if this psych out was connected to another guy, because it turns out there's someone swiping wallets.
There is someone. That's more of the hijinks at the beach. Talk about beach fun, right? Beach culture. Wet t-shirt contest now. All the girls want to do it. They all want to put those skimpy white t-shirts on, get covered in water. Guess who's front row, front and centre? Ronnie Rivera. But unfortunately for him, he's bought Skip, and Skip is not impressed. Man, this is a wet t-shirt competition. These girls want your attention. They deserve your attention, Skip.
I mean, there were some incredible bodies.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of nipples.
See, there wasn't a wet t-shirt competition or nearly enough nipple in cheerleader camp.
Yeah, for me, I didn't miss it that much, but
Full on now.
I don't need to see it, but at least they were good bodies, so...
Skip's had enough of the wet t-shirt competition, so he goes to his favourite place, the bar, to not drink again. Right? Ronnie Rivera shows up, he tries on with Gail again. Once she shoots him down again, he then accuses her of being a lesbian because she won't fall for his silver tongue. He's probably right, isn't he? Because how can he not fall for Ronnie Rivera?
How can you like Skip?
We then cut back to the the prostitute that you hate, and there's now like an older cowboy gentleman walking out of her room. He's like, "Yeah, lady, that was fantastic," and then more wads of cash.
She's getting all her semesters covered.
She'll be a doctor in no time, won't she?
Or a lawyer, or a nurse, or a dentist, or who knows.
Ronnie Rivera, because he's been left alone by Skip, he's off on his own adventure. Of course, he's staying out late. He's walking around, and he comes across Dog, the new biker gang leader's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she enchants him, but it's a honey trap. And she takes him to an alleyway, the biker gang is there, and they beat Ronnie Rivera down.
Take his medal.
He's got this, because he also plays football. So he's gotten over the big game. Why can't Skip? It's not like Ronnie Rivera's blaming him. No, but after Ronnie Rivera takes a beating, biker gang go away. Who shows up? The guy with the electric bike, and Ronnie Rivera just thinks it's one of the gang, so he goes up there and gives it the big un, grabs hold of the bike, and he's electrocuted. Then it's the end of Ronnie Rivera.
That was a bit silly. Just walk away. It
was the end.
I know, sad.
News of Ronnie Rivera's death is spreading. The adults are talking about it, the Reverend, the Doctor, the Mayor, and John Saxon. And John Saxon's like, how could it have been Diablo? Because every time they mention Diablo, they can't just say, oh, it might have been Diablo. It's like, Diablo. Every single time.
That's how you
that
have
was
to say it.
A nice touch, I thought. Saxon says maybe it was Diablo, because Diablo said he's going to be back from the dead.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Or was it the priest who said that?
He's a believer.
But either way, you say the news is spreading, but it's only being kept hush-hush amongst these adults you talked about, because it's not common knowledge.
Skip goes to look for Ronnie Rivera.
Yeah.
And on his way, he stops off at the hottie competition. We've had the wet t-shirt competition. Now on the same stage, probably just the same girls in their bikinis now, like strutting and stuff like this. But Skip's only there for info. He has to infiltrate the hottie competition. He's kind of like bothering everybody. He's like, Ronnie Rivera's missing. He's like, I'm trying to watch the potty competition, dude. Like, so he's out of there. He's only there for the info. Don't come.
Yeah,
Just don't
he
come.
was there because
He's
it
just
was
bothering
a
people.
prime location to find Ronnie. And if he's not going to be at the hottie competition, then maybe he'll be at the bar.
He's about to give up, but he's in a parking lot. Biker chick girl comes out of a pizzeria with 2 pizzas. He confronts her, and now there's a chase. He's chasing her because he wants the information, because he notices that she's wearing Ronnie Rivera's necklace, the chain that he's got from being on the football team. She lures him to the gang's hideout. They're about to beat him down. Johnny Saxon shows up again, though. He saves the day. He's about to have his ass handed. Also, do you like John Saxon's name in this? Striker. Officer Striker. That's a renegade cop name if ever I heard one.
It's a bit silly, but it's fine.
He tells them what's what. Biker gang. They're all miffed at this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nurse wannabe. She's now shagging some fat old man. Doesn't he look like he's got any money, this geezer? She's just like dropped her standards completely. I have no idea if this guy has any money or if she's just doing it for
plus
pleasure.
it wasn't a wad of cash. It was just like a note.
While she's doing this,
worth it?
While she's doing this, bloke, the hotel manager is at his peephole. He wants to have a look. She notices the eye after the deed has been done. Unluckily for the hotel manager, the biker's shown up and electrocuted him in the face, propped him up against his peephole. So when a prostitute girl comes to look for the hotel manager, she opens the door. She's like, ugh, and then he just like falls dead back from the peephole, doesn't he?
With all his burn face.
And then she gets electrocuted in the mouth, and because she's a girl, she gets pink electric sparks.
CGI at its finest.
Hey, it's no worse than it is today. Skip and Gail are discussing the whereabouts of Ronnie Rivera, so they start like having a look around and go to the hospital and stuff like this. And while they're at the hospital, they see Dr. Willett, who he can't take the guilt, can he? He's been breaking down pretty much the whole movie. He's constantly drinking. He's always in his head because he knows there's some kind of conspiracy going on in the town. So Skip, he accosts Dr. Willett in the back of his car, puts a gun to his head. He's like, drive me to wherever Ronnie Rivera is buried. He ends up telling him, takes him to this place. Skip finds Ronnie Rivera buried in the dirt. He breaks down and starts crying. John Saxon shows up. We think we're gonna see John Saxon like, oh, what we found here, but he's like, you bury that body back up, buddy boy.
Like a tongue twister for bees. Yeah, so this was one of the first examples of terrible acting because
not from John Saxon, surely.
No, from Skip. Skip has no idea what's happened to his friend. He just knows he's missing. And now he's found out in a very short space of time that he's dead and he's been buried and everything's been hush-hush shoved under the carpet. And he's just like...
Skip's got a lot on his mind, hasn't he? He hasn't got much more emotion to give after the big game. He's left it all on the field. And it wasn't good enough. Because the main kidder's got that electrical bike... time for a high treat. Because the main kid has got an electrocution bike, it's time for a high-speed chase because Gail's got a moped. So there's a chase at 3 miles per hour around a quiet neighbourhood.
And yet somehow she manages to get home before him.
She does, and she's home to Skip. And he starts telling her that he found Ronnie. And then there's another psych out at the beach.
Well, hang on, because this bit blew my mind at how bad her reaction was. He goes to her and says... I found Ronnie. They've buried him out just outside of state lines. And she goes, oh no.
Yeah, are you looking for good acting from Nightmare Beach?
Could you give me something more? A bit of commitment, at least. I mean, it was pathetic.
I bet it was better than anyone in the Odyssey. Guarantee it. As I mentioned, there's been another psych out death at the beach from the psych out guy. And now a blonde with a really nice arse that you pointed out gets captured by the killer. She's kind of a nobody. And she gets flame grilled. Like, just burns her face off and her whole body. Flame grilling. That was pretty cool.
It was like Bone Collector because he ties her up in front of some massive oven thing, chains her up, and then he opens it and increases the flame.
Nightmare Beach is like Bone Collector with Denzel Washington and Angelina Jolie. Yeah, 2 Oscar-winning actors there. Nightmare Beach. It's been overlooked, hasn't it, by the Academy. Gail's there. John Saxon's here. Ronnie Rivera, best supporting actor, surely Ronnie Rivera. Right now at the beach, something for the ladies. Belly flop competition. Because that's what's sexy on a man, isn't it?
Well, they do their little like mini dance before they do their flop as well.
I guess a man's belly flop is better than like a man's dance off or wet t-shirt contest, though, isn't it?
For us, anyway.
Skip and Gail now, because they get the plan together, they accost Biker Chick. They want information. She swears to them it was not Diablo. They kind of almost take her at her word. Gail and Skip then go to John Saxon's trailer. And while they're rooting around looking for clues, they find a bunch of bondage gear. John Striker Saxon is a bondage freak.
He's also got photos of a bunch of victims after their murders, including Gail's sister.
Yeah, so this is like
was it him?
The Bone Collector and 8mm with Nicolas Cage.
Did he do it?
They escape after Saxon comes home. They've got to shuffle out of there. And the thought daughter of the Reverend is playing metal and getting ready to go out for a shag, most likely. And the biker gang are now planning their revenge for Diablo. So they're in the biker house, the clubhouse. They all ride out, but they leave the biker chick there. So biker chick's all alone. All of a sudden there's a noise. She goes and checks it out. She comes across the killer biker who's always got his helmet on with his visor down and the leather and all that. And she's like, Diablo, it's you. I've been fucking dog, but only while you're away. You'll always be my man. Then she pulls up her skirt and she's got Diablo tattooed on her ass. So she will always be Diablos.
It's not
Imagine if she got
it
Diablo dog on her ass cheeks. Show love for both of them.
It is in fact the same outfit that she's been wearing for the past 3 or 4 days. And I was so grossed out by this point.
Biker gangs aren't really that concerned with cleanliness and stuff.
Yeah, but maybe at least the women have some kind of semblance of, self-respect or something. I don't know.
In my clubhouse, there'd be no smelly women. That'd be rule number 1. Or just no smelly people. We're a clean biker gang. She's obviously electrocuted. That's what the killer does. She's gone. Saxon, he's worried now. He goes to the bar. He threatens Gail. He's desperate. He's threatening a lowly barmaid because he knows that his secrets are going to come to the surface. And this is while a concert is now playing at Nightmare Beach. It's still spring break, even though all these murders are going on. And the biker gang, are laying siege to the police station, tying up officers and stuff.
Bust out their buddy.
He's dead though, isn't he? Diablo's dead.
Yeah, but they had someone else in there. They had Dog in there.
Oh, dog.
Yeah, they've gone to collect Dog.
Dog, collect their dog. Yeah. Psych guy. Psych. He's done one too many, and he's found at the beach actually dead this time, which sets off bedlam at Spring Break Miami, leading to the Saxon, Gail, and Skip showdown. There's a showdown between those three, lasts for a while, but then the biker gang show up. They tie up John Saxon, tie him to the bike, and ride off with him.
Yeah.
Texas Justice style.
They're done with him.
Yeah.
And now that they've got Dog back.
Gail's left by herself though at this point because the biker gang are gone. They've got John Saxon. She stupidly just starts wandering around the gang hideout. Out of nowhere comes the killer biker man. Had you sussed out who it was?
No.
I certainly had.
No.
It's the Reverend, the thought daughter. And he says like he's the avenging angel come here to side down all the sinners. Doesn't last very long because Skip shows up, the hero. He didn't win the big game, but he can save the day. Thingy Bob Reverend gets on his bike. He manages to drive in like a giant tyre and he flies into some live wires.
Yeah.
So he's got a taste of his own medicine.
And he was clinging on for dear life to this thing that was killing him.
Yeah.
It was great.
He shouldn't be though because he's going to see God, isn't he? He's a man of faith. That's where he thinks he's going no matter what he's done. All he's doing is killing sinners at spring break. Ronnie Rivera's probably in heaven. Laying down the pipe. Heavenly pipe. He's laid down the earthly pipe. Probably doesn't even need condoms in heaven because it's heaven. So that was number 2 for me. Ronnie Rivera had a big part to do with it. John Saxon had a big part to do with it. Diablo, in the way that you say his name. Wet t-shirt contests. Hot women contests. All came together to put it just above bloody Poms. And at number 1, and again, this could have easily been bottom for me because the other 2 were so great. Because there's no breasts in this. Well, there's a little bit of breast. Castle Freak. Stuart Gordon, director of Reanimator. He's a great Pit and the Pendulum.
This is
all that great stuff.
So much better than the remake.
Which you saw first, didn't you? The Fangoria remake. That wasn't bad. Not the worst thing I've ever seen, the remake.
But this was so much better.
So much better. Of course, I mean, we've got Jeff Combs here. And we got Barbara Crampton, once again teamed with Stuart Gordon, who had them in Reanimator and From Beyond, and one other as well, which I'm forgetting, but probably this one actually.
And you can see how they teenified it for the remake as well.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, they even changed the story somewhat as well. It's not just a family, is it? It's like a whole group of friends and stuff like that. But one of them is still blind. So yeah, we've got Jeff Coombs, Barbara Crampton. They're a couple. They've inherited, and this is a summertime feeling. Imagine inheriting a castle in Rome. That sounds pretty good to me. But you know what? When something is too good to be true, it normally is. That's why the saying exists. And this house comes with, 15 bedrooms, 22 baths, 4 kitchens, green spaces, and 1 castle freak. I bet the real estate agents failed to mention that, didn't they? Because they're dishonest. This might be part of his business. He might want to rent out. He might want to rent out rooms in the castle. And having a castle freak running around is not going to be good for business, is it?
No one knows about Castle Freak.
Everybody knows about Castle Freak because of the legend of the Duchess who used to live there. I tell you who does know about the Castle Freak is the housekeeper that they've also inherited for the castle. It was always like, you are going to sell the place, aren't you? You will sell the place soon and leave. You will leave.
But I thought she just thinks that the place is haunted by the spirit.
Italians are superstitious. They know that stuff has gone down here.
Yes.
And real estate agents are dishonest, like I just said. They don't care if there's a castle freak running around. They won't tell you just to get that commission. Don't be so naive. This housekeeper's telling them looking to sell. They've also got a blind daughter called Becca. They've also got a dead son. And to top it all off, they're not having sex. For reasons that will become abundantly clear a little bit later. Now there's a cool bit. They're standing in one of the rooms of this castle. And there's this eerie painting of a man eating a baby. That's not the kind of decoration I'd want in my castle.
Really? I thought you'd love it.
I could dedicate one room to it, but if I'm having a summertime vibe, right, I'm living in a castle in sunny Roma, that might put me on a bit of a downer. Yeah. Becca, she's sitting with Jeff Combs, and it seems like Barbara at least thinks that we should always be keeping an eye on Becca because she's blind. We don't know what kind of trouble she could get in. So when Jeff Combs is like just milling about the room, Becca's cat runs away. She decides to follow it, and she comes across the Castle Freak's lair.
Yeah.
And apart from the prologue, where we're seeing the Castle Freak just being whipped with chains, this is the first time we kind of see the Castle Freak.
Well, I liked that this one had a bit of backstory to the Castle Freak's origins that we actually get to see as well. And how gruesome was that? Seeing the Duchess go down there and do that.
Would you have liked to have seen the backstory of Skip missing the game? Would that have made it more real for you then?
No, I mean versus the remake.
Oh, versus the remake. I don't have the remake in my head whatsoever. As parents do, they disbelieve Becca that she felt the presence of someone down there. Also, she hasn't seen him. Right? Because like I say, can't reiterate enough, she is blind. Castle Freak has just been sneaking around her, barely touching her. And after she's been disbelieved, we see the Castle Freak eat her cat.
Yeah.
Because the Castle Freak's not getting much to eat, is he?
Well, no. Because like I said, nobody knows about him.
He decides, look, I've had enough of eating cats and stuff like this. I'm going to do what it takes to escape. So in a rather gruesome, excellent scene, breaks his thumb.
Yeah.
And then gruesomely shoves the shackle over his hand, which then like takes off his thumb.
This is one of the most gruesome, gory, whatever you want to call it, horror movies that I've ever seen.
You think?
Because, not necessarily because of the amount of torture or blood or whatever you want to call it, but it had the most sort of visceral effect on me compared to a lot of things. Like it wasn't one of those torture porn movies where they have more of it, but it doesn't get to me in the same way that this did.
Because obviously if you hold back, once you then reveal the gore scenes or the painful scenes, it's going to have much more of an effect, obviously, rather than just watching Terrifier and just seeing it constantly. It just makes you numb to it. Yeah, this was much more effective. So obviously now that he's taken his thumb off, he gets out of his chains, and we know that Castle Freak is going to be loose in the castle, and the first thing he wants to do is go and perv on Becca. He's like seen a girl probably for the first time, a young girl for the first time in a while. He starts like sniffing around her bed and stuff. She wakes up, he freaks out, runs away. This time, Becca's parents, Jeff Combs and Barbara Crampton, take her a bit more seriously, so they call the Italian cops to the castle. And they're like, look, we want you to take a look around because we think that someone might be stalking the castle. And they're like, sir, there are 150 rooms in this house. I am not looking. No help, are they? 'Cause they're lazy. Lazy Romans. That's why their empire crumbled. They all got lazy.
The Italians.
Won't even do their job looking around a 150-room castle. Moving on, we now find out why Becca is blind. There's an argument between Jeff and Barbara.
It's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty bad.
I mean, we can understand now why the wife is so pissed off. It seems that Daddy got a little bit drunk and yet decided to drive the car with his kids in it and crashes. And before you know it, little JJ, the 4-year-old, has gone flying through the windscreen. And that's the end of JJ. And this is also the reason why his daughter is blind, because in the crash she got bits of windshield stuck in her eyes.
And Jeff got away scot-free. Mm-hmm. Barb's bitter at that. This is why she hasn't been having sex with him for 9 months. Right? But what's the man supposed to do now? Because your wife's still blaming you. You've killed your kid. You've blinded your other kid. Your wife's not having sex with you. Go to the local bar and you get annihilated until you get approached by a hooker.
Yeah. Because he'd been sober since that happened.
Yeah, now he's
And
smashed.
if anything's going to get you sober, I think that would do it.
Mm-hmm.
But now that his wife has said, "Oh, I wish it would have been you who died," he's lost it, hasn't he? And this doesn't end well, because he gets taken back to the castle by a hooker who he's encountered.
He takes her back.
Yes.
Like, come to my castle. That's got to be a good line, isn't it? Don't need a hooker. Just get a regular woman. I've got a castle.
Yeah, I don't think he was aware that she was a hooker, which is kind of dumb because it was so obvious. Yeah. But anyway,
he's wasted.
They're doing it up against the wall in some of the many rooms of this castle.
No, before they do it up against the wall, the castle freak is peeping at Jeff eating her sexually up against the wall. That's the first thing that he cops, and it's important to note this.
Right, okay. So he moves from licking to pumping.
Which lasts, again, a bit like Sheriff Poucher, like 5 seconds. Not very long at all.
And as you mentioned, Castle Freak has been watching this the whole time. And I think he likes it.
Yeah, and Jeff, even though he's completely annihilated, he's been to the wine cellar in the castle and he's still boozing from the wine. Now, when he gets rid of the hooker, that pays her off because she comes and asks for 100 lira. It doesn't seem like very much to me. Also, probably not very hygienic to perform oral on a hooker. We don't know if she's been working earlier on in the day.
He didn't know.
Yeah. With this wine, he's fallen asleep against the wall, passed out. Castle Freak comes out and he nicks his wine.
Yeah.
He's like, I need some of this. I've been locked away for
Not
ages.
that there's a whole wine cellar that he could take from. But,
now there are women and wine. Yeah, but he's been chained. So he probably doesn't even know about the wine in the wine cellar.
No.
Hooker's trying to get out of the castle. Fortunately for her, Castle Freak wraps her in a sheet and we know that she's going to be taken to the lair. It's all really going Pete Tong for Jeff Coombs now, because the cops show the next morning. They're like, we're looking for the hooker. And doesn't the cop had a baby with the hooker or something?
So it turns out, Jeff Coombs is informed by another one of the police that the head copper has had a relationship with the hooker. They have a baby, and he's therefore even more keen on trying to find out what's happened to her.
So even though he is the law, he's living outside the law. He's engaging in prostitution.
Well, maybe prostitution is legal.
In 1995 Italy.
Maybe.
We'll look that up, I guess. I'm going to say no.
I'll go with yes then.
You start questioning big time about the hooker. Like, people have said they last saw her coming in to this castle with you. He's saying all this in front of Barbara. Barbara's already mad at Jeff Combs, and now the cop is just blah, 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 blah. You bring a hooker back to your home and she'll last see with you. Hello, Barbara. She's pissed off.
Well, yeah,
she's not happy. The hooker, meanwhile, she has been shackled by Castle Freak in the lair, and he's on the wine, and because he's on the wine, he wants some oral. So he gets out his like stubby nothing, starts taking her hand to like touch where there is nothing there.
No, I think she's trying to get free by using her sexuality against him, and then realises that he hasn't got anything. He's been chopped off.
What I'm saying is he wanted it though.
Yeah, of course.
So
and then he decides
seems to be not aware that he doesn't have an appendage anymore.
Well,
he's too far gone.
Is that why he decides to then try the eating out thing?
Well, this is the life of a castle freak. I guess we'll never know. So he wants the oral. Like I say, she's doing an escape, so she glasses him with the wine. She takes the wine bottle and glasses him Castle Freak does not take kindly to being glassed, attacks her a little bit,